Have you ever noticed how the words Parisian chic instantly spark an image of effortless elegance? A woman walking down the cobblestone streets of Paris wearing a crisp white shirt, perfectly cut trousers, and just the right scarf draped around her neck. She's not overdone, she's not trying too hard, yet she radiates sophistication. But here's the question. Does this Parisian chic style actually work once you step outside of Paris, say in the suburbs of New York, the sunlit neighborhoods of California, or even a small town in the Midwest? That's the mystery we're going to explore today. For women over 60, fashion is not just about clothes, it's about confidence, lifestyle, and how we choose to express who we are at this stage of life. Parisian chic has become a kind of legend, promising effortless elegance and timeless style. But does that promise hold true when you're not sipping espresso at a Parisian cafe, but instead running errands at Target or meeting friends for brunch in Chicago? The truth is, many women over 60 in America admire the Parisian way of dressing because it seems age-defying and refreshingly simple. It whispers, "You don't need a closet full of trends. You need fewer pieces, but better ones. You don't need to erase your age. You need to embrace it with quiet confidence." If you've ever felt tired of fashion that seems too youthful or too complicated, this video will show you a different path. One that blends grace, comfort, and personality. And here's why you'll want to stay with me until the very end. Together, we'll uncover the secrets behind Parisian chic and translate them into real, wearable ideas for your life right here in the US. We'll talk about the wardrobe essentials, the hairstyles that feel fresh without being fussy, the beauty routines that enhance rather than cover, and the lifestyle habits that make the French approach so magnetic. You'll walk away not just with fashion tips, but with inspiration to bring a new spark into your everyday style. So, if you've ever wondered, can I truly bring Parisian chic into my own world at 60 or 70? The answer may surprise you. Because this isn't about copying French women, it's about understanding the spirit behind their style and making it work for your own reality. And with that in mind, let's step into our first chapter, the real secret of Parisian chic. It's not the clothes, it's the attitude. When most people think about Parisian chic, their minds immediately jump to the clothes: tailored blazers, silk scarves, black dresses, and timeless ballet flats. But the truth is, what makes this style so unforgettable isn't the garments themselves, it's the attitude behind them. Parisian women, especially those over 50 or 60, carry themselves with a kind of quiet confidence that says, "I don't need to prove anything to you. I already know who I am." This mindset is what transforms even the simplest outfit into something magnetic. A plain white shirt paired with jeans suddenly feels like high fashion when worn with poise. It's not about chasing trends or hiding behind layers of accessories. It's about choosing quality, wearing it with confidence, and letting your personality shine through. And for women over 60, this lesson is powerful. Because style after midlife isn't about pretending to be younger. It's about embracing the wisdom and grace you've earned. Think about it. How many times have you seen someone in an expensive designer outfit who still looked uncomfortable or insecure? That's the opposite of Parisian chic. True chic doesn't scream for attention, it whispers. It's a self-assurance that radiates from within. For American women, adopting this mindset can be liberating. You don't need Paris as your backdrop. You need the belief that you are enough, just as you are. Of course, this doesn't mean clothes don't matter. They absolutely do, but they are secondary to the way you carry yourself. The French have a phrase, joie de vivre, the joy of living. That sense of vitality is what makes a scarf draped casually over the shoulder look intentional. It's why even a minimal wardrobe can feel endlessly chic. If you approach fashion as an expression of confidence rather than a mask to hide flaws, you unlock the real essence of Parisian elegance. So before we even open the closet, the first step to Parisian chic outside Paris is an inner shift. Ask yourself, am I dressing to impress others or to reflect my true self? Once you embrace the latter, the rest becomes effortless. And speaking of closets, let's move from mindset to the practical side. Because while attitude is the heart of Parisian chic, a carefully chosen wardrobe is the skeleton that supports it. Let's talk about how to build a timeless closet that brings Paris into your everyday life. If the attitude is the soul of Parisian chic, then the wardrobe is its backbone. The French philosophy of dressing, especially among women over 60, isn't about having more, it's about having better. A minimalist wardrobe doesn't mean boring, it means carefully curating pieces that always look polished and never go out of style. Think of it as building a capsule wardrobe. Start with timeless essentials. A crisp white blouse that feels soft against the skin, a pair of well-fitted dark jeans, a classic blazer in a neutral tone, and a little black dress that can be worn for decades. Add in a silk scarf or a pair of leather flats, and suddenly you've got the building blocks of chic that travel with you anywhere, from Paris to Portland, from a French cafe to your local farmer's market. For American women, especially those over 60, this approach is incredibly practical. It saves time, reduces stress, and ensures you always have something to wear that makes you feel confident. Instead of chasing the latest fast fashion trend, you're investing in pieces that last, both in quality and in relevance. This not only aligns with a more sustainable lifestyle, but it also brings that effortless elegance Parisian women are known for. And here's the beauty of it: you don't need to spend a fortune. Parisian chic is less about designer logos and more about how clothes fit and how they're styled. A blazer from a department store, when tailored properly, can look just as sophisticated as one from a luxury boutique. What matters is how you combine it with other pieces and how comfortable you feel wearing it. Imagine opening your closet and seeing fewer items, but every single one sparks joy and possibility. That's what a minimalist Paris-inspired wardrobe gives you: the clarity to dress with ease and the freedom to focus on living, not just on dressing. But clothes are only one part of the equation. Hair, after all, frames the face and sets the tone for any look. So once your closet is simplified, the next step is just as important: finding hairstyles that embody that same effortless elegance. Let's explore how Parisian chic translates into the way we wear our hair after 60. Parisian chic isn't just about the clothes you put on, it's also about the way you wear your hair. Hair has an incredible power to transform not only how others see us, but also how we feel about ourselves. And for women over 60, embracing a hairstyle that feels fresh yet effortless is one of the most liberating steps you can take toward Parisian-inspired elegance. In Paris, you'll often notice that women favor simple, low-maintenance cuts. The timeless bob, with its clean lines, continues to be a favorite because it frames the face beautifully without requiring hours of styling. Some women opt for a soft pixie, which conveys boldness and energy while still being practical. Others let their hair grow into shoulder-length waves, adding just enough movement to look relaxed yet refined. The key here is that none of these styles look forced. They flow naturally, enhancing rather than overpowering. Now, let's bring this idea into everyday life outside Paris. In the US, weather and lifestyle vary dramatically, from the humid summers in Florida to the dry air of Arizona. That means your hairstyle should serve you, not burden you. The Parisian philosophy encourages us to choose cuts that respect the natural texture of our hair. If your hair is naturally wavy, don't fight it, shape it. If it's straight, go with clean, sharp edges that highlight its smoothness. And if it's silver or gray, celebrate it. A chic gray bob can look far more youthful and confident than dyed hair that tries to hide reality. There's also something deeply empowering about freeing ourselves from the pressure of looking younger through our hair. True Parisian chic teaches us that beauty after 60 doesn't come from fighting age, it comes from owning it gracefully. Whether you choose a pixie, a bob, or a flowing layered look, the goal is the same: effortless confidence. When your hair feels authentic to you, everything else falls into place. It becomes the perfect frame for your style, your makeup, and most importantly, your attitude. And speaking of attitude, Parisian chic is as much about daily habits as it is about appearance. Beyond the wardrobe and hairstyle lies something even more important: a lifestyle centered on quality, balance, and joy. Let's move into the everyday habits that make Parisian chic a way of life, not just a look. Parisian chic extends far beyond the wardrobe or the hairstyle. It's truly a way of life. What sets Parisian women apart isn't that they have more, but that they choose better. This philosophy of less but better shows up in the smallest details of their daily routines, and it's something women over 60 can adapt beautifully into their own lives. In Paris, the focus is never on excess. Meals are simple but full of flavor, enjoyed slowly with appreciation. Shopping is intentional, buying a single well-made handbag instead of 10 trendy ones that quickly lose their appeal. Time is spent savoring small pleasures: a quiet walk through a park, a leisurely cup of coffee at a cafe, a good book in the afternoon light. These choices reflect a mindset that prioritizes quality and presence over rushing or consuming endlessly. For women in the US, especially after 60, this approach can feel like a breath of fresh air. We often live in a culture that pushes us to do more, buy more, and fill every moment with activity. But what if elegance and even youthfulness could come from doing less, but with more intention, choosing fewer but finer clothes, cooking simpler meals but enjoying them at the table instead of rushing through, spending time with people who truly uplift you rather than scattering your energy across too many commitments? This lifestyle shift doesn't just create elegance on the outside, it nourishes you from within. It allows space for clarity, peace, and joy. And when you cultivate that sense of balance, it naturally shows in the way you carry yourself. That glow of contentment is part of what makes Parisian women look so effortlessly chic, even as they age. Ultimately, living with less but better teaches us that we don't have to compete with youth or trends. Instead, we're free to refine our own style of living, one that highlights grace, wisdom, and simplicity. But lifestyle isn't the only layer of Parisian chic. There's another element that perfectly ties together fashion, hair, and daily habits: makeup. And as we'll see next, the Parisian approach to beauty is all about subtlety, enhancing what you already have rather than covering it up. If fashion and lifestyle are the canvas, then makeup is the brushstroke that completes Parisian chic. What's remarkable about French beauty is how little makeup is actually used and how much impact it creates. The goal is never to mask age or chase youth, but to highlight natural features with a sense of elegance and restraint. For women over 60, this approach can feel refreshing. Instead of layering on heavy foundation or dramatic colors, the Parisian method focuses on lightness, a sheer base that allows your skin to breathe, a touch of concealer where needed, and perhaps a dab of cream blush to bring life to the cheeks. The result? Skin that looks radiant and alive, rather than flat or overdone. And then, of course, there's the iconic red lip. French women often keep their overall look understated, but they're not afraid of one bold statement. For some, it's lipstick. For others, it might be well-defined brows or a hint of eyeliner. The idea is to choose a single feature to celebrate, rather than trying to emphasize everything at once. That's what makes their makeup look confident and timeless rather than heavy-handed. American women can easily translate this principle. A soft, natural look works just as well in a suburban brunch spot as it does on the streets of Paris. It's about enhancing your beauty so people notice you, not your makeup. At 60 and beyond, that means embracing fine lines as part of your story, not something to erase. It means allowing your inner vitality to shine through with subtle touches that make you feel polished and radiant. What's most empowering about this approach is the shift in perspective. Makeup becomes less about fixing what's wrong and more about celebrating what's already beautiful. When you step into the world wearing makeup that enhances rather than hides, you're not just showing confidence, you're living it. But there's still one more piece to the puzzle. Clothes, hair, lifestyle, and makeup all form the foundation. But how does Parisian chic really hold up outside Paris? Does it survive in the casual, fast-paced culture of the US? Let's answer that question head on in our next section. By now, we've seen how Parisian chic extends from clothing and hair to lifestyle and even makeup. But the real question still lingers. Does this style truly work once you leave Paris? After all, America has a very different cultural backdrop. Our streets are wider, our routines faster, and our fashion often leans toward the casual. Can this sense of effortless elegance survive in a world of sneakers, yoga pants, and oversized shopping malls? The answer is yes, if we understand that Parisian chic is not about copying, but about adapting. The essence of the style isn't tied to a specific city. It's about restraint, quality, and the art of making the everyday feel special. A woman in Chicago can look just as chic in a blazer and jeans as a woman in Paris, as long as she wears it with confidence and intention. A stroll in Los Angeles with a scarf draped loosely over the shoulders can channel the same effortless grace as a walk along the Seine. The key lies in blending French elegance with American practicality. For example, you might pair a well-cut trench coat with comfortable loafers instead of high heels. Or you might choose a classic white blouse but style it with jewelry that feels personal to you. Parisian chic thrives on subtlety, but in the US, adding a touch of individuality makes it more relatable and wearable. What makes this style timeless is its flexibility. It doesn't demand that you look like someone else. It invites you to refine the best version of yourself. Whether you're 60, 70, or beyond, Parisian chic can live in your wardrobe, your habits, and your outlook. You don't need Paris as your backdrop. You can create that sense of understated elegance right where you are. And perhaps that's the greatest lesson of all. Parisian chic isn't about a place, it's about a perspective. It's about carrying yourself with dignity, choosing quality, and finding beauty in simplicity. So, as we bring all these elements together, let's step into our final reflection. What does Parisian chic truly mean for women over 60 today, and how can it inspire us to live with more elegance, confidence, and joy? As we come to the end of this journey, let's pause and reflect on what Parisian chic really means for women over 60. We began with a question. Can a style so deeply rooted in the streets of Paris truly work outside of France? And what we've discovered together is that the answer is not only yes, it may actually be even more powerful when reimagined in our own everyday lives. Parisian chic is not about having the perfect blazer, the most expensive handbag, or a flawless haircut. It's about cultivating an attitude, an inner confidence that allows every choice you make to radiate ease and elegance. From the minimalist wardrobe to hairstyles that embrace freedom, from the philosophy of less but better to makeup that enhances instead of hides, every piece of this puzzle points toward the same truth. Elegance is ageless. For women in America, this perspective can be transformative. Instead of feeling pressured by trends that don't suit us or products that promise eternal youth, we can embrace a style that highlights who we are today. We can wear fewer pieces, but wear them better. We can celebrate silver hair as a crown, enjoy makeup that lets our skin breathe, and live with habits that bring balance and joy. This isn't about Paris, it's about us. It's about choosing to live beautifully, no matter where we are. And perhaps the greatest gift of Parisian chic is the reminder that life itself is worth savoring. A quiet coffee in the morning, a favorite scarf that's been with you for years, a smile that comes not from perfection, but from contentment. These are the details that make elegance real, tangible, and lasting. When you carry yourself with confidence and gratitude, you don't just look chic, you become chic. So, if you've ever doubted whether you could bring Parisian elegance into your own life after 60, let this be your encouragement. You don't need to live in Paris to embrace Parisian chic. You only need to live with intention, to choose quality over quantity, and to step into every day with quiet confidence. And if this video has inspired you, I invite you to continue the journey with me. Subscribe to the channel for more insights on age-defying style, timeless fashion, and lifestyle inspiration for women over 60. Together, we'll keep discovering ways to live beautifully, elegantly, and joyfully, because style doesn't end at 60, it only gets better.